Hey YouTubers, it's Tony with Bayberry Mini Trucks. Today's August 26th, 2023, and this is a video for John in Mississippi. And John is interested in a Mazda Scrum, which is a Suzuki Carry with a Mazda sticker on it. That's the only difference. This is a 1996 Mazda Scrum 4-wheel drive 5-speed with extra low first gear, air conditioning, 32,108 miles. So let's go ahead and let's check this out. All right. So life on the dirt road means dirt. So this is dirty. And this is from the grass seeds. This is the grass. This is summertime, so the grass is producing seeds. So it's covered. The front is covered with seeds. That notwithstanding, the front of the truck is ding free. But this panel has an impression on it right here. So it's not completely ding free. This has an impression right there. I don't know if you can see that. I think you should be able to see it. Here is around the windshield and the roof. Really interesting string around the headache rack up top. All right, so all that looks very good. Now, coming down, you've got a dent right here, a little ding right there. And I see my videos and I notice a ding that I might miss. So I tell myself I need to be more careful. It's easy to miss them, and you really have to be very, very observant. And it looks like this is ding free. We have a scrub right here where the paint got rubbed off there and a little bit there. The tailgate has a very slight ding from the inside out right there. Almost not worth mentioning, but I see it. The rest of the back looks good. Let's take a look at the tires and the wheel well. Tires are good. There's the wheel well. Very good. There's that blue paint dot. That's that blue water-based paint dot. Huh. This is one of those trucks that hardly has any seam rust at all. Pretty unusual because seam rust is almost a given. Looking really good under there. This is dirt, by the way, in case you're wondering. Good looking tire. Let's look under the bed mat. Nice. Boy, is that pretty. So, when I say it's pretty, I mean look, beyond the dirt. Because dirt will settle in there, leaves will settle in there, but there is not a drop of rust on that bed, which is probably one of the most important things. Now, this owner used to like to lash, so I'm going to check this out. He used to like to lash things down. Oh, I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Um, this is pretty cool. Somebody took some time because, you know, and what in the world is the story with this? What could that be for? I mean, it's to tie stuff down in the bed, right? And they went about it. They took pride in doing it nicely, but this is probably to tie stuff down because you have these loops right here. I mean, they're all over the bedside. Those loops, those hooks, and you can go over hook, go over hook, go over hook. If you have branches or if you have something else, and that's a lot of rope, and that's cool. So at the end, you can use that rubber bungee to keep tension on it. That's if you didn't want to just tie a knot. All right, enough of that Monday analysis. Okay, so we have some scratches right here. It's really one event that's scratched right there. And it's a slight impression right there. But that's the rest of it is scratched. The toolbox has a bend in the door. Still works well, I'm sure, but the door is a little bent. You could probably bend that back with no problem because it's just right there. Again, tires are good. Here's underneath. Looking good. All right, now with the door post, the door panel is beautiful. We do have a dent in the front and some scratches. So we got a dent right there, some scratches. When I said the door panel was beautiful, I meant there was no dings up there, but obviously I'm not done. We got scratches, a small dent right there, scratches. Let's look at the interior. Oh, I think, no, I don't know if that's a dent. I kind of think maybe not. Let's look at the other side and compare. It's not. That's the same. Huh. Yeah. You got to be careful before you call it a dent because it might be factory. That's factory. All right. Now, looking at the door. Looks nice. Now let's look under the floor mat. Ooh, boy, is that pretty. The passenger seat it's interesting. The passenger seat has a tear right there. Everything else is beautiful. All right. Let's take a drive. Well, let's look at the rest of the inside first. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's just surface rust from the heel of the foot kind of thing. That's all that is. Beautiful. Really nice. Sometimes a headliner will come down because the glue has become detached and if you want to fix it, you can. You just use 3M super adhesive. Man, I might need 4-wheel drive to get out of here. I'm two-wheel drive can be a bit restrictive sometimes. And I was in a ditch, which was not the kindest setting. Okay, so now we're going to, this is the guy working on my place, and he's messing with me. He's laying on the horn. Oh, I thought I made somebody angry. Okay, let's try the air conditioning. Let's see if it gets cold. I did not close my door. Oh, man. There we go. All right, so the air is cold. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, now we're going to shut it back off because we don't need it. It's a nice morning. Now we're going to get a little speed up here and see what it's like at high speed. That's 60 miles per hour, and it feels fine. So now we're going to slow down so we don't turn this into an aircraft. I am not current on my medical, so I do have to keep it on the land. All right. So we're in third gear, and notice we're going extremely slow. You can get away with a lot with a mini truck, and they're very forgiving. People are used to something like that would have stalled 99% of other vehicles that are manual transmission, but a mini truck is very forgiving. It will let you recover from a lot of unlikely circumstances. Okay, so now we're buzzing up the hill. We're in fifth gear, and we're going to really put this through some very demanding, situations here. Number one, we're going up this hill. We were at 31, 32 kilometers per hour in fifth gear. That's like 19, 20 miles per hour, or 18, 19 miles per hour. And we're going up a steep hill. So very slow, but also up a steep hill, and also fifth gear. So that means that this engine has extremely good power, meaning it has very good compression. The compression is tight, and that means the health of the piston rings on the cylinder walls. Not to get into too much, automotive engineering detail. Many of you may know what I mean. Many of you may not care, but it's good, meaning it has good power. And that's probably, to me, what I would care about the most of the whole. I mean, obviously, it's a nice truck. It doesn't have rust issues. And so this was a successful test drive. Mayberry Mini Trucks would like to ask if you would please subscribe to our channel. We I think I see just a tiny little speck on the windshield. Yep, just a little tick right there. This is why the test drives and walkarounds are so good, because short of you being here in person, um, it's it's my job to pretend like I'm the buyer, right, and show you every little ding, every little dent, and that's become our reputation: is don't hide anything, just lay it all out there, and if the customer likes it, and then they're an educated consumer, and then an educated consumer is absolutely the best customer. So I learned that from someone else years ago. And don't try to cajole people into buying what you have. Get something worth buying, and then show it to them. And if they like it, they'll buy it. So where was I? Oh, please subscribe to our channel. It'll help our search analytics. And if you hit notification, then um, you'll be notified when I post a video, and then you can say, oh, I like that truck. Let me call Tony. My telephone number is 336-777-9957. Our email address is sales@mayberryminiTrucks.com, and our website is mayberryminiTrucks.com. We got the law passed in North Carolina making mini trucks street legal. Um, Senator Deanna Ballard helped us get the legislation passed in the North Carolina Senate, and Sarah Stevens was our ally, our representative in the House. She saw the value of a mini truck, and they are restricted to, roadways posted 55 or lower. And which makes sense. I mean, you don't want to take this on Interstate 95 or Interstate 40 or I-80, right? It's not good for that, but it's good for um, all of your back roads, anything posted 55 or lower. And I would also tell you that we have serviced this truck with full synthetic engine oil, 5W30 full synthetic oil, new air filter, new oil filter. We check the fluids in the rear diff, the transfer case if present, the transmission, the front differential, the radiator fluid, the brake fluid. We change the battery if it's bad, if it won't hold a charge. We take care of the charging system if it doesn't work. We, make sure the starter works. We make sure the four-wheel drive works. If that doesn't work, we fix it. And we're very good at fixing the four-wheel drive because oftentimes it comes broken. And we've never had anybody call back and say, hey, that four-wheel drive you fixed, it's broken. That has never happened. And we get the truck dialed in if it doesn't run properly or doesn't have good power. This one obviously has good power. So yeah, let's see. What else? Oh, we deliver. We charge $2 per mile one way. And for our long distance customers, um, you know, we've, we've got a perfect track record. 100% of the time we show up with the truck and the customer doesn't pay for it until we get there, right? That's just our policy. And, which is obviously better for the customer. And, but, you know, with this communication that I do, showing you all these little things that normally would drive people nuts, drive them up the wall, like, would you get on with it? The reason I do this is because I want the customer to be as informed as is possible without them actually being here in person. And that way there won't be any surprises. So when I show up with the truck, all they've done is paid the deposit equal to the delivery fee. And when I show up with the truck, my goal is for their expectations to be met, if not exceeded. And we do that with very descriptive communication, accurate communication. So let's see. Oh, last thing, I promise. The last thing is that our prices are not going to jump up at the last minute. I can't stand it when car dealers will say, okay, sign here, and they don't even tell you. And you're like, but what's that extra $750 for? Oh, that's the doc fee and the prep fee and the processing fee and the administrative fee and the title fee. They've got all these fancy words for it. We don't do that because I can't stand that. And so if it says 7,800, that's all you pay. 7,800. No, nothing, not a dime more. And so that's pretty nice for me to be able to say that and follow through on that. And also, air filters. I said it was the last thing. This is the last thing. I would recommend you get air filters. They are extremely important to the longevity of your truck. You need to give your truck clean air. Don't chintz on it. It's very important. They're cheap. They're $20 a piece. We have boxes and boxes of them for that very purpose. So get a couple of extra air filters. And when you change your oil after, say, 5,000 kilometers, right? A little bit of overkill, but that's a good interval to change your oil at is 5,000. And if you do 6,000, that's fine. Just keep an eye on the oil level, right? As is the case with any internal combustion engine. Keep an eye on your, four-cycle engine. Keep an eye on your oil level. And then when you change your oil, your Napa oil filter, which you can get locally, then you change your air filter also, which you cannot get locally. All right, guys. Thank you for watching our video.